Hey guys, we have a 2020 Chevy Silverado that we're going to put a leveling kit on. This is a four-wheel drive, and what we're going to put on is just these little blocks. These are about 1 inch in height. If you want to know how this gives you 2 inches, I've got another video. I'll link to it if I remember. But these are pretty straightforward, especially if you're doing a two-wheel drive. Now, four-wheel drive is just a little bit different, and I'll show you why. But what this is going to do is add about 2 inches to the front of the vehicle so it levels it out. And these little kits, this particular kit that I linked to is the same as a kit that's about more than 3 times the price. This is literally about $14. And these are a polymer. A lot of people are kind of reluctant to use these. But this is so strong, there is no way that the weight of this vehicle will be able to compress this. And what I like about these is that they're never going to corrode. So they also make aluminum ones. I'll link to those too if you want to go that route, which is fine. But just know that you have the possibility of corrosion setting in going with aluminum. And if you want to save a few dollars, go with these. These work fine. I've had them on my truck over there for about 6 years now. They're not even close to looking like they're going to compress. Anyway, let me get this vehicle jacked up, get the wheels off, and we'll get started. Now you do want to loosen the sway bar bolts, because the sway bar is going to fight you to get the control arm pulled down. And I'm just going to loosen them. I'm not going to take them all the way off. All right, guys, so the first thing you want to do after you loosen the sway bar mount, the reason I just loosen them is because then it's easier just to zip them back in there. And I have found after doing a few of these that you don't have to take them all the way out. If you take them all the way out, it makes it just a little bit more easy, but it's not necessarily required. Next thing we're going to do is zip these bolts out. So I'm going to come up underneath here, my impact. And now the lower control arm is free from the strut. So now basically all I'm going to do is try to get the camera mounted. And then I'm going to come in here with a pry bar so I can pry down on the control arm. It's going to push down the whole assembly here, the knuckle and the lower control arm, and let me get my spacer in there and get my bolts in. Now, if you loosen the upper strut mounts, it will make this a little bit more easy also. I typically don't do it, but I'll show you a trick that I do typically do. You do need to pop these threaded inserts off, and the way I do it is I come in from the bottom, and I know you can't see this one, maybe you'll be able to see this one. And just so you know what those look like, that's what you're dealing with there. Those have to be off. And the reason is once you put this spacer in, this aft bolt over here for this strut is going to be closer to this axle shaft. So we've got to deal with that. Now, I do this a little differently than what they want you to do. Typically, you remove this upper ball joint, knock the knuckle loose from the upper control arm. They tell you to take the tie rod, outer tie rod loose. I don't do that. You can actually, if you leave your steering wheel unlocked, you can swivel the whole knuckle around so that you can move this upper knuckle back and forth, and you can drop your bolt down from the top if that's the way you want to do it. What I do is I come up from the bottom with the aft bolt. I do go down from the top with the forward bolt, and I'll show you what all that looks like. I do feel better going down from the top, simply for the theoretical purpose of if the nut was to back off, your bolts are still not going to fall out. They're going to be in there. Gravity's going to hold them in for the most part. more than likely they would still come out because you're bouncing up and down. But I do Loctite the threads on this aft bolt and nut just for a little extra security. The nuts are fiber lock nuts, so chances are, as long as you get them tightened up, they're never going to fall out anyway. But you know the principle. You know, let me get the camera mounted somewhere, and we'll see what I can show you on this whole deal. All right, so I do upgrade the bolts too. These are the bolts that come with the leveling kit. They use washers. I like these flange bolts, and the reason is because it gives me just a little bit more thread. If you see up here, you got about one more thread for engagement. Since I do come up from the aft mount, I come up from the bottom. That way I don't have to remove the upper ball joint. I like that extra one thread engagement. But the bolts that come with the kit do work. I'll put a link to these bolts. They come in a 5-pack, and you can decide if you want to upgrade your bolts or not. They are the 10.9 hardness. Okay, so at this point, you're going to have your mount, your spacer ready. I'm going to come in here, grab one of these coils, and you can just easily pull this whole shebang down. Now the trick to this whole deal right now is getting the bolt started. And what I do is I start off lining this forward hole up. So I'm going to put a bolt in here. Let me come in here. Let me make sure I got it good. I'm just kind of sitting on my pry bar, by the way. Now I'm going to push this control arm over to line up on the hole. This is probably the toughest part. Okay, so that forward hole is now lined up and kind of holding the strut in place. Okay. All right, so now all I've got to do is finish putting this aft bolt up through the mount. The strut kind of has to be twisted. The easiest way to do that, if you have an indexable pry bar like this, you can come in back here, and on the sway bar link, you can get just enough leverage to where you can twist that strut on around to where it needs to be. So I'm going to put a washer on back here. And I do like to use a little bit of Loctite on this one just to make sure that that nut never backs off. And I'll show you why. The only reason they want you to go down through the top is because of the clearance issue that you have with the axle. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a second. I'm going to get my nut started. Just so you know, the factory bolts, I don't know if I told you or not, 15 millimeter. A lot of people like the sizes. And these upgraded bolts that I order are 15 millimeter. And then the nuts that come in the kit are 17 millimeter. Just going to reach down here, get the nut and washer started, and tighten it up. and you got one leveling kit installed. Don't forget to tighten up your sway bar link. But this is what it looks like. You've got this bolt going down like they want. This bolt coming up. But that right there should be plenty satisfactory. The reason they want going down through the top is just the clearance. They want just the head of the bolt, not making sure it's not going to come in contact with the axle. And I don't think that's going to. That's about the thickness of the head of the bolt. So I'm going to finish tightening up the sway bar, get the wheels on it, and I'll show you after picture.